Hi, it's Ed Oakley in the background here. I'm in our office in the shipping receiving area and where our network printer is. And there's something else here. You see this thing? What does this look like to you? This is a hot water heater. And I got to tell you how a particular company that we had the opportunity to utilize this past week, Friday as a matter of fact, how they are distinguishing themselves and just how important that is. So first of all, this is a hot water heater, and the company I'm going to talk about is this company right here. It's called Dunn Plumbing. Now, so let me tell you the story. Friday afternoon, Jenny gives me a ring on the phone and she says, we have a problem. In the shipping and receiving room, there is water on the floor. And it looks like it might be coming from the hot water heater. So I come down and look at it, and the first thing I figure out is, oh my gosh, you can't even turn off the water to the hot water heater. There was a valve, and you turned it and turned it and turned it, and nothing ever happened. So we had to turn off the water to the entire facility to to stop the water from flowing. Then we had a pretty big mess. Now here it is, 3:30 Friday afternoon. So I look on the water heater. I don't remember ever calling a plumber for the office. So I look on the hot water heater, and there is, sure enough, there is a number for a plumber. So I call that number, and it rings, and it rings, and it rings, and it rings, and then it puts me on hold automatically. You know, we're helping other people, and we'll be right with you. And meanwhile, Jenny's looking through the yellow pages and finds something that looks pretty appealing to her, and she goes online with that same company to see what it looked like online. And long story short, I'm still sitting on hold with this other company. She says, I think you ought to try this one. So it's this company, Done It, I think it is. And I call, and the first thing, they answer within one ring. Now, talking about distinguishing yourself, they're already distinguishing themselves. And she says something to the, thank you for calling, and don't worry, whatever your problem is, we can help you with it today. Wow, that's the first thing out of this person's mouth. And I said, oh, well, I'm sure glad to hear that, because we got a problem. She said, well, tell me what's going on. And so we had this little conversation. She asked me a few questions. She got some important contact information, including a callback number and so forth. And she says, listen, it's almost 4 o'clock. We will have someone there by 6 o'clock at the latest. And will somebody be there? Absolutely. Okay, I'm staying. We got to solve this problem. And so, gosh, an hour passes by, and now it's like 5 o'clock. We get the call from them. Someone is on their way. Robert is on his way. So sure enough, Robert shows up in a few minutes and looks over the situation. We talk about what happened. He makes some tests, and we decide that we need a new water heater. This one, the one that was there, was like 15 years old, and it was leaking in ways that was not fixable. So guess what? Robert had one, a 50-gallon tank on his truck. He said, we can install it. Here's what it's going to cost. There's a couple of options you have. He went through those, and he starts to work, and it basically takes him to 8 o'clock Friday night. Never once was there a whimper. I offered to help, and no, oh no, I can handle it. Getting it out of the truck, getting it in here. He wouldn't take my assistance at all. He just handled it all himself. It was done very professionally. Did a great looking job. It's working. And all of that just a few hours after calling this company. And the next morning, Saturday morning, I get a call on my cell phone. It's this company calling back to see if everything worked out okay, including did Robert clean up and do a good job of not leaving any boxes around or anything that's nice and tidy when he left. Folks, do you realize what they're doing? You see, it's not about the plumbing. It's not the hard part, the plumbing stuff that he knew how to do and knew how to do it quite well. It wasn't even about the hard part in terms of price, because you know what? The truth is, I don't know if I paid more or less than I might have paid someone else. There's a good chance I probably paid a little extra. But you know what? I will next time pay a little extra, because I will call this company again next time we ever have this issue. So distinguishing yourself is about the soft part, the people part. And look how this one company is doing that very well. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon. Actually, let me ask you, how are you distinguishing yourself? That's what I want you running on.